What's going on, guys? I'm here with one of our clients, Brendan, who just closed a $60,000 deal. You're what, couple weeks in, month in to the program?
Yeah, I'm like 3 weeks in, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah.
Awesome, man. I guess for anybody who kind of doesn't know you or kind of your backstory, just give us a little bit of backstory on you.
Yeah, so I would say I'm have a lot of experience in the filmmaking industry. And it's just like everyone, I think it's up and down. So feast or famine type thing.
Yep.
And I just happened to be in one of the, I would say, slumps. And when I saw your ad, and I was actually kind of at a point where, so I've worked in the business world before and made really good money outside of filmmaking. And me and my wife were kind of like having a discussion, like, should I go back into the corporate world? Like, maybe it's time to reconsider that. And I was like, man, like I'm pursuing my dream to like give up.
Yeah.
And that's when I saw the ad and kind of, went through the process with you guys. And it was kind of one of those things where it was like, if it, I was skeptical, of course.
Of course. You're like some guy in an ad who's talking about
some
it
random guy like just
Yeah.
hits my feed, but it was kind of like, if it works, it'll be kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So I went for it.
I love it, man. What do you feel like, I guess, was kind of what was the biggest almost problem when you came in? Because I know you said it was up and downs. Like, was there anything in particular you were kind of like struggling with or that was kind of slowing you down?
I would say, like, I'm not afraid of sales. I'm not afraid of like the meetings, the different things. I think it was just like not really knowing what to ask for.
Sure.
Not knowing how to price myself. Like, I would kind of just like work within what I could sense people's budgets were, instead of kind of like having a price structure and just saying like, these are my prices, and having some flexibility. But I didn't always know. So sometimes I felt like I lowballed myself. Other times I felt like maybe I got away with one.
Yeah.
Because I've had some pretty big clients before, and they were all happy. So it wasn't like a quality thing. It was more of just like having the confidence to ask, consist, like a lot of the things that your course teaches. So for me, it was like, once I went through just a few of the modules, the one that really hit me was when you're like, your warm market is your best market kind of thing. And
reactivating those old leads, bringing them back in. Yeah.
It's so funny because obviously you hear that all the time. But I literally, as soon as I was done with that module, I called up this guy thinking he would be a testimonial.
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, how's it going? Like, I know you're super happy with your video. And he was like, oh, I'm so glad you called. I'm looking for a new social media manager.
Yep.
And I was like, I got
just the thing for you, man. Yeah.
And then your team had already like prepped me with the pricing models and like some of the ideas. So like the next day we met, I presented some packages. He was like all in it. And we just filmed today. So we're already,
I love it, man. Yeah. I think it's validating that offer with the existing network is huge, because we've had a lot of clients who they say similar things. They're like, oh, I was going to approach this person for a case study, and then we ended up getting into a meeting, and I'm glad that I was prepped as far as the sales side, because then it's just like, hey, it's kind of a natural transition into like, this is what this looks like, and then close, because they've already paid. If they've already paid you once, they'll pay you again, and then it just becomes,
they already trust you.
They already trust you. Yeah.
If you did good work, then So same thing. I've got a meeting tomorrow with another previous client. I mentioned to them like, hey, like, I think you'd be better off going with the retainer model. Let's talk. And they're like, all right, let's do it. So
that consistent cash flow is so nice, man. I'm telling you, it really is. And it's kind of scary to think like how much money everyone has sitting in their warm and existing network right now. Like a lot. Because we haven't even set up any of the like systems yet. It's just like, it's like, cool, I got 60K here. I'm going to go for another package tomorrow and see how that goes. And then
I have another meeting in a day or two. So anyway, I've just been like going back to my old clients, just saying like, hey, and a lot of them are like, yeah, I need to market myself. So it's been kind of crazy.
I love it, man. Kind of a weird question, but I guess like, where do you feel like you would have been if you hadn't kind of taken action? Because for some people, it's an investment, right? It's like, it's nerve wracking. You don't know me. I could be some crazy guy on the internet. Who knows? And I guess like, where do you feel like you would have been if you had let those kind of thoughts get to you and like didn't do anything about it?
So, I mean, I might be close to interviewing for a corporate job. Maybe. I mean, I think that was definitely on the table, and just having these sort of early successes is definitely like making it so I'm like, oh yeah, I can definitely make this into a consistent, for me, is the consistency that was lacking.
Yeah.
I make good money, but when you do like a big job and then maybe you spend
Jumps
too
and then
much of it
slow and then jumps. And
yeah,
those, the big jobs are great, man. I never say like, hey, don't do the big jobs. It's just
right,
having consistent retainers to be like, okay, cool. My base is like 40, 50K a month. And then
right.
if I have like 100K jumps with other deals, then great. But if
Then
it's
great,
like,
yeah,
if not, my family's taken care of. I got money coming in. I'm not worried
right,
about it, which is why I preach the retainer model, because it's just, it saves a lot of people as far as cash flow, and then hiring people
right,
too. Because then you're like, cool, I can hire people. I can do
right,
payroll, like 5 to 10K a month in payroll. I'm doing 60K a month. And then I know that's coming in every month. I don't have to do all the work, you know?
right.
So,
Totally.
but cool, man. One last question, I guess, like if anyone is maybe on the fence about potentially booking a call, I guess like what advice would you give them besides this is the way because of the mandate?
Yeah. I mean, I would say that just giving you guys a chance, like I could tell pretty quickly you guys were legit. And the reason why is I felt like the way you guys handled me, I felt like they're already showing me how I should handle my client. So just the way your team is professional, like follows up, all that, I was like, all right, this is a legit company. So, and then obviously I've had, so
Appreciate it, man. Well, dude,
yeah.
I'm very excited. It's just the start, and let's close the deal tomorrow and the one next week too.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.